there was a net growth and Nigeria power from existing plants. On most days, however, it is only able to dispatch around 4,000 megawatts, which is insufficient for a country of over 195 million people. The Nigerian power sector experiences many broad challenges related to electricity policy enforcement, regulatory uncertainty, gas supply transmission system constraints, and major power sector planning shortfalls that have kept the sector from reaching commercial viability. This is Nigeria Now, and you're welcome. My name is Lois Tureke, and I have Solomon Sambo today. Good morning.
Good morning, Lois.
You know, there was a blackout yesterday, like I said, because the power sector went on strike, but we are glad that things changed immediately, almost immediately, because of the emergency meeting they had with the Minister of Labor and Employment, that's Chris Ngige. And you know, this is not the first time that the power sector have gone on strike. They have gone on series of strike that is short, like emergency strike, I would call it, because you know, imagine a total blackout for more than a day. How the whole country is going to look like. We already have an epileptic power supply. And then going out of supply for like a whole day or 2 days. It's just something that I can't even imagine.
Yes, you see what happened in this country, like people, and that's why people keep asking questions, things that really, you know, should not be thing of much concern, like most of worry, rather. It becomes a thing that people are even worrying about. The issue of electricity, for instance. Okay, you look at it, we know countries do subsidize certain things for their masses to enjoy, like healthcare. You talk about electricity, you talk about fuel, and other things that you feel, yes, these are things that you feel your citizens should enjoy without like stretching, like making it like a rocket science that someone has to stretch for something like common electricity. Okay, look at the number that we have in this country, over 200, right? 200 million. And then you're talking about 200 million citizens, you know, like relying on just 3,000 megawatt. 3,000 megawatt. Okay, check the story of the energy sector from NEPA. Nigeria Electricity Power Authority.
Yes.
I believe so many people have forgotten the real whatever. And the name refused to go.
It refused to go. Like even children that were giving birth yesterday, once the power is being restored, they say, NEPA, you know. And we've had from NEPA, we've had PHCN, that's Power Holding Company Nigeria,
of
something
Nigeria,
of Nigeria. And now we have the JED, we have the one in, I can't really remember the remaining because I know JED is, it's been disputed in Jos, yes, in Jos. I think Gombe State are using JED, and part of Nasarawa State, Bauchi State, and then for Kaduna, they have, is it KED or something? Yes. Those, as it is it's not NEPA like it was the whole of Nigeria. It has been cut to some of these states
because
right now.
It has been privatized, you know, so they privatized the entire sector, and then that is when you see investors came, and then some buying the JET, that is just electricity distribution company, like the Kaduna one, Kaduna Electricity Distribution. We have the one of Benin, we have the one of Lagos, you know. And then the first instance is like, okay, government are not managing this thing well, because government feel like there's a lot of irregularities there's fraud, like there is corruption, you can name it, and they feel, okay, privatizing this will really help, because one of the things that they said, making it like a business, people will have value for their money. You are a Nigerian, Lois. Since the time of NEPA to Power Holdings to this our part here that we know is JET, Just Distribution, Electricity Distribution Company. Would you tell me that from that time, based on what government says and then give reasons why they privatize, would you tell me that you have enjoyed electricity to a point that you will say, yes, you feel it is better that the federal government privatize it because now you're enjoying it better because they are doing it better than when government was in charge?
The funny part is that, let me use Plateau or Jos as a case study. There are some parts you go to, and then they have not what's the word now? Is not, the power supply is not really stable, like 24 hours. You can have maybe 2 hours of no power, and then maybe the rest of the 22 or maybe 20 you have. While in some areas, they don't even have that much hours to enjoy the power supply. And then it's still the same, just electricity distribution company that is supplying power to all of these areas. So sometimes we just wonder what is actually happening. Is it that they don't have transformers or their own line, or what? I don't even know how to put it right now, but sometimes we can call, okay, phase 1, we have the first phase, 1 phase, 2 phase. Some people have 3 phases and 4 phases of maybe this phase is, there's no power, you can switch to the next phase and all of that. So I just wonder if that is the case in some of these areas. Like my area, I think we enjoy light a good number of hours, except for yesterday that the blackout happened, that for some hours we didn't have the light, we didn't enjoy power supply. But then we do on a good day, we enjoy that. But I've heard of, I was conversing with a friend of mine, I think like 2 weeks ago, and he stays up, my area, there is the upper part of it, and he stays around there. And then he was complaining that they don't have they don't enjoy as much power supply as we do around my own part. And I was just wondering, okay, what is the problem, and why are you people complaining of that shortage and all of that? So I just don't know whether there's so much difference, because when you tell someone that you are enjoying power supply, the other person will tell you, no, I'm not enjoying. So it depends on the place you stay. And for Plateau State, we have NESCO that's supplying lights to other areas too, and that one is 24 hours power. They enjoy it 24 hours. So the issues are just here and there and all of that.
You see, even though we have some chart of how electricity is being generated in some few countries,
yes,
in Africa, we have Egypt, we have Ghana, we have Tanzania, and
Niger.
Very soon I think it will pop, and then we'll look at how we have Ghana here. You see, Ghana generate a total of 22,451 gigawatts of energy. That is December. Then you have Nigeria generate 90.99 gigawatt, 94. That's from July, as of July 2022.
Then for Egypt, 16,600 gigawatts of energy in April 2022. And South Africa have 20,485 of energy in June 2022. For Tanzania, they have 807 807.97 gigawatt of energy in March 2022. And these are some of the African countries that are generating their power supply. And we know that Nigeria is supplying power to other African countries, our neighboring countries like Niger Republic and other countries. And then when you hear stories of people that have gone to that part of the world or part of Africa, they will tell you they enjoy stable power supply and all of that. And then when you come to the country that is supplying to those African countries, and then you start asking, okay, if we can supply power to these people and they're enjoying it 24 hours, what is happening to the country that is giving, like the mother hen now? What is happening to her? You know? And we claim we are the giant of Africa, we have the largest economy, we are this and we are that, and then at the end of the day, we are having this kind of issues happening. Like, we've had issues of the power grid collapsing severally. In this year, I think this is the sixth time. It has happened 6 times already in 2022 that the power grid collapsed.
That's 6 times in 8 months.
Yes.
You know, we experienced this national power grid collapse. And then, like you rightly said, the giant of Africa, you know, other countries are looking up to us for so many things. And then you look at our attitude toward things, like I said earlier, things that don't really, we shouldn't be talking about them. Yes, by now, we shouldn't be talking about them. Look at Egypt, what they are generating. Okay, currently, Egypt generates and distribute about 55 gigawatts of electricity, at the highest, you know, in Africa, and is going to switch to renewable energy by the year 2035. This is a country that has focus, that is planning. You know, they have set target for themselves. This is what they are working. And you will see the energy sector is working, because each year they keep improving. They keep improving. They keep updating. You know, like I said, okay, you gave us the reasons why you are going to privatize all of these things. Do you know that ideally, by law, you are not supposed to be billed when you are not given a prepaid meter? Because one of the strategy they said is to privatize, and then everybody gets its own private personal meter, and then it's going to be digital. You know, once you buy your energy, once it's finished, you don't have anything to do with anybody. Just go there, buy, recharge, and then your light is up, which we feel is a good initiative, because we can't be saying we're giants of Africa and then we're living as if we are in 18th century. You understand? And we're still using that name, tagging ourselves, boasting, bragging about it, while simple things that supposed to, yes, like you mentioned, there are some places that you find out they enjoy electricity, some places don't, and you begin to wonder, like in this same,
and even those places that are enjoying the electricity is not 24 hours.
Yes, that, to add to that, you know, it's not even 24 hours. And even those places that enjoy that power supply, you'll find out it's not everybody in that catchment area that owns a private meter.
Yes.
Up to now, electricity distribution company are still billing people by estimate.
Yes, and
By
it's really
estimate,
sad.
in a capital of a state. And then you look at even the generation is not even adequate, and you look at the distribution. So even you in your own country, you begin to feel you are marginalized with common things that you can access, that is just there. Okay, we have this the issue of economy. You know, the rise in inflation, the issue of going to recession, you know, and the rest. And then for the whole day, you had blackout in the country. Look at people that do welding job.
There's
in
nowhere.
area. You understand? That's their only source. The electricity is not even adequate. And then the country at large, like, is tilting, let me put it that way, towards recession. And then this thing that is contributing to even the GDP, because the more the small businesses around, function, the more turnover for the country, because that's how money circulates. Okay, these people are grounded. A barber in a small shop in one small corner of a community, rely on that. How much is the price of petrol if you are to run on gen? How much is the price of diesel? Okay, look at this total blackout. We have to be on air 24 hours. We have to run on gen. Because why? We just want to pass the right information to people there. We have so many establishments like this, the media outfits. You get the point. And then we have other businesses that rely on power to do their production. Now the power is not there. Can you imagine the quantum of loss that Nigeria incurred just yesterday for just this stretch of blackout? And it's just that it's somebody's responsibility that just need to do the right thing. Either sign a particular document or follow up to a particular agreement or something. There's a negligence somewhere. And then someone is not taking responsibility for that. And it's become like a business as usual. For how long are we going to continue like this? In a country called Nigeria, our own, that we are being blessed with, look at the natural resources that we have. If you talk about water to generate energy, if you talk about wind, if you talk about sun, all of these things, they are there. It's just for us to harness them and to make use of them to the benefit of the country in such a way that it will improve our IGR. But you can't see any deliberate effort to even the government. Even if some particular people are willing to do that, you will see that a particular number of people, call them cabal, are sabotaging the whole thing. And then the government is looking the other side. And then the masses are asking, for how long? We want this country to work. And these are some of the things.
Power is a major element for the country to work, because just like you have mentioned, we can imagine the loss that has been incurred because of just that stretch.
You can't be a producing nation without electricity.
Constant electricity.
You can't.
It's not possible. Maybe that's why we are consumers and not producers.
It's quite unfortunate.
It's really unfortunate that we are facing some of these things. You see, every day you just wake up, when it's not banditry, it's one thing or the other, it's ASU strike, it's just a lot of things like every day are just coming up, and then sometimes your hope will just go down and you'll be like, oh, I wish these things will not happen. I wish that things can happen differently. I wish that the systems will start working. I wish that these people that are sabotaging these things will leave it to happen, to work. You go to let's say a common salon to get your hair washed and all of that. There's no electricity, there's no light. You have to wait, and probably you are even in a hurry to go to somewhere. You have to wait. Something has to just suffer because of that.
And if they are using an extra source to do that services, that means you are incurring an
expenses on
and then it's not that your income is being adjusted.
For instance, now I want to wash my hair and it's like 200. I know in Angola they will see areas like they will say okay, or 250, and then now they want to use. There was no light yesterday for people that wanted to wash their hair desperately. You have to, madam, will use Geno and it's 500. And probably you don't even, maybe you have that 500, you want to use 250 for something else. You know how the whole thing is just there. And then you have to use that money at the end of the day. Like you said, expenses that you didn't even plan for, at the end of the day, you have to spend it. And this is what all these things are costing to a common Nigerian. Like, we don't have the resources. We don't have even the little money to even spend, because most people are even living below the poverty line. And then all of these things are happening. You go out, the vulcanizers, the welders, and all those people that are using electricity. How much diesel or how much petrol would they use to do a large work? If you look at big companies that are doing all those windows, doors, and all those things, maybe they can afford it, but still, we are looking at all these small-scale businesses, people that are trying to survive.
How much is diesel? It's running to 1,000 naira per liter. Yes, because the price varies from one area to another, one state to another. You know, that's why you can buy fuel here in Jos at the rate of 200 naira. You know, before you get to the other local government, in Plateau State, the price changes to 250 or thereabout. So that is how it is. Until you get to another state, is a different price. So you see how everything that we do concerning this stuff that affects our day-to-day activities and even our economy. You understand? Because I look at it this way, knowing fully that this is the situation of Nigeria, we are even thinking of borrowing. You know, very soon, Mr. President is going to send the budget to National Assembly. You will see the figures, and then still up to now we are borrowing, we are going on recession. You get the point, and you can't afford things like this to just go and then one day you are going like blackout simply because some people want to shut down. You work and make sure things like that doesn't happen. You know, tell reason. But thank God, because yesterday they were able to meet, and then the government were able to convince them through the Minister of Labor and Productivity, you know, Chris Ngige, you know, that let them find a way of discussing this, and they agree that in 2 weeks government will do the needful. If government didn't do her part, then they will go on total lockdown, total shutdown, and stuff. So we are hoping that government will be proactive when it comes to issues of national interest, things that will bring the country to her knees, you know, things that will make us to lose a lot of money simply because somebody didn't do his job or didn't take responsibility of a particular thing. I just pray that the government will be proactive.
We just hope, because I like the quicker response that the government had towards this issue, and I just wish that they would have they had that same response to the ASU strike. But whichever way, we just hope that things go better than what they are right now, and then that 2 weeks ultimatum they have given to the government, it will not elapse without them doing the needful, because they are asking of unpaid salaries and other arrears and all of that. Well, thank you for today, for doing this with me today.
Thank you,
and to our viewers, don't forget that we are always live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can keep giving your comments even after the show, and we'll take it another time on the show. I am Lois Turaki, and I did this with Solomon Sambu Sabi. And have a good day.